What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back with a video on the channel. And today is a weird day. I just wanted cereal. Sometimes you just want something weird, and I just wanted cereal. Namely, if you saw my video yesterday, I referenced it at the end. But I finally found the holy grail, the Birthday Cake Fruity Pebbles. And I'm so excited to try these. If you don't know, I am a huge fan of Fruity Pebbles. So much that I ate about 5 boxes of them in a cereal eating challenge. So when I found these bad boys were out, I've been looking for these for the better part of about a month. And the one time I'm not looking for them, they happen to be there. I found them at a Price Right, which is a subsidiary, I guess you would call it, of ShopRite. It's a smaller version, a little more of a budget thing. They have one in the town that I'm in that's like right near one of my studios, and I went there just to like pick up like garbage bags. And I decided to walk through a cereal aisle, and I'm like, no. And here they are, Birthday Cake Pebbles. They made these for the 50th birthday anniversary, so they made birthday cake flavored Fruity Pebbles, supposedly, right? Yeah, it says sweetened rice cereal with natural and artificial birthday cake flavor. Honestly, they're going to be a W. I find it very hard to believe that they won't be. I also got some Frosted Flakes with marshmallows. They're Tony shaped. I don't know. I just wanted cereal, man. So I just said, you know what? Let's do it. So I'm just going to make myself a nice helping of this, which means all of it. I know, I mean the whole thing. For people who are asking about my eating habits and where's the protein, I've been having protein shakes knowing that I was going to do this. I wouldn't recommend anybody do anything like that, but I said it yesterday, like I know I'm just going to have to eat this whole thing and casually polish off 2 boxes of cereal like it's normal. Got my Silk almond milk. I try not to drink dairy milk. The only times I do it is during eating challenges. But if I'm having milk on a regular basis, then it's always almond milk, unsweetened. I'll do cashew milk. It's about 30 calories for 8 ounces. Milk is about 100 calories for 8 ounces. And that's really the biggest reason. Also, for the obvious, if you drink a whole bunch of dairy, which, if you're not new to the channel, you see me drink gallons on several occasions during eating challenges with my meal. Okay. They definitely passed the smell test. I hear them snap, crackle, and popping, and they're not Rice Krispies. Yes, I'm using a small spoon. I do have a big spoon next to it just in case. But as you can see the giddy smile on my face, I am super excited. We're going to drip on you for a second, so let's drip. Y'all hear that? The mic's picking it up, right? Or no? Oh, please be good. Ah, see, Fruity Pebbles, bro. They just can't be bad. Come back here. Alright? You're invited to the Pappy Rib today. What the hell? Can y'all just see what it says in the back? Pappy Rib today? Oh, it says unscramble the birthday cakes mixed up message to get the party started. Yeah, I'm not in the mood right now. I'm tired. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Move milk. Get out the way. But yeah. They definitely have birthday cake flavor to them. One of the reasons I love Fruity Pebbles so much is that the flavor is so intense in the cereal. Even with Cocoa Pebbles, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I'll still eat them if I want something chocolatey. It's a very strong, artificial birthday cake flavoring. I never really got the whole birthday cake thing. It's kind of just become its own thing at this point. And that's maybe because I didn't get a lot of birthday cakes that were like this. Did you? Like, when you have birthday cake flavored stuff, did you actually eat this flavored stuff on your birthday? I know they mean like that funny Walmart cake kind of thing where it says like, you know, they make it in the back and it's like, I don't really like those, to be honest, but I like birthday cake flavored stuff. Is that weird? Who's yelling about my spoon size already? I don't care. Stay rude. Slight hint of soggy. That's how I like my cereal. Slight. Still need a crunch. But yeah, the flavor's there. It's pretty strong, which is good. But in all seriousness, did anybody get those kind of birthday cakes? I feel like now the wave on birthdays is like ice cream cakes more than like regular birthday cakes. I don't see too many people eating. I don't like the ones from the store. I don't think I ever got one of those. When I was younger, it was a little more like a struggle meal. It's funny to laugh about now, but I didn't really get birthday cake. I usually got a birthday cupcake. With a candle in it, though. You know, a candle with like your number on it. But it was usually a cupcake. And I think that's why I like that combination so much. My mom always made the same kind of cake. Like, I said it in a couple of videos ago. It was always like the like, what was that lady named? Betty Crocker? Or Duncan Hines, another one. With the lemon. And on the box, there was always vanilla frosting on the lemon cake. But in my house, it was always chocolate frosting on that lemon cake. And I don't know if that's normal, as in common, I guess. But I'm telling you, that cake was fire. Like, till this day, the lemon cake is like, it just brings me back to those days. Where we always had that same tired plastic container, like the clear joint. And I would steal half the cake at night. And used to have the little, square right on there. Like they were like edible letters. And that was like the stock cake. As I got older, the cupcake turned into a real cake. But we still had the lemon and the chocolate. You know, obviously I'm like much older now, so I don't even get a cake anymore. Like I don't really get gifts on my birthday, to be honest. Oh, that's good right there. I feel like that bite was more intense than the rest of them. Fruity Pebbles never lets me down. Birthday Cake Pebbles, they're not better than Fruity Pebbles. It's kind of like Reese's. You get what I'm saying? Reese's, to me, all of them are good. But nothing beats the OG. You know, they got like the chocolate lovers, peanut butter lovers, pretzel stuff, potato chip stuff, cookie dough stuff. Reese's Pieces stuff. All phenomenal. But the classic is a classic for a reason. And when you were talking about my actual favorite cereal, which is Fruity Pebbles, like, they dropped a few other ones. I think they had like a Cinnamon Pebbles at one point. Maybe a year or two ago. Which I also really liked. But nothing beats the classic. I just feel like Fruity Pebbles is the perfect cereal. They're not like really hard, so they don't hurt the roof of your mouth. You can eat the whole thing, won't kill you. And they're really sugary. The flavor is intense. And they even taste good soggy. I also feel like they go well in a lot of things. Like if you want something sweet and you want to use like a cereal, like they make like Fruity Pebbles, pizza, ice cream. It's just, it's like to me, the GOAT cereal. I know most people put like Reese's Puffs up there, which is in my top 3. I've said this a bunch of times, but I can't really pick favorites. But cereal, for some reason, and I like a lot of different cereals. Okay, this is just stupid at this point. That really just ham. All right, that's what it is. All right, we gotta take this down so we can remilk. Hold on a second. Doesn't matter. I'm going right back in. I don't know why I didn't pre-open this one. I pre-opened that one because now I'm gonna look stupid when I take forever or I rip the bag. I'm very, I'm trying to be careful. Come on, don't rip it. Please don't rip the bag. Do y'all see why I pre-open stuff? Gosh, I did rip it. This is why I pre-open stuff. Like, I don't want people to think that I like touch the stuff before I even try it, but every time I always do something like this. Now, luckily, I got lucky and I didn't rip it too much, so the cereal's still intact. But I don't know, I'm heavy-handed. There's more in here than the other one. That's crazy. All right. This box is slightly bigger, though, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit. 12 ounces? 10 ounces. Yep, see, I knew it was something. Like, I'm not crazy. Yes, I am. Frosted Flakes is probably the first cereal that I actually liked. So I have like a nostalgia with it. But they got some little Tony the Tiger marshmallows or something. Why don't these taste as sweet as they used to? Or is it because I was with the goat? There it is. I don't know why. The first bite won. I'm also not the biggest fan of marshmallows and cereal. Like I like it, but I'm going back to something. I shouldn't say I like it. I'm more like tolerate it. I just don't like the texture. There's one cereal in particular that, okay, two. I can only think of two cereals that I really like marshmallows in. I'm not the biggest fan of Lucky Charms, but chocolate Lucky Charms are unreal. I don't know why. They're just really good. Now, back in the 90s, there was a cereal Captain Crunch made. It was called Home Run Crunch. And I always remember because as a kid, you know, you like watching Nickelodeon and stuff. And there was a commercial with Captain Crunch. Did it do cereal commercials like that still? I feel like there's like so many cereal commercials when I was younger. And I don't really watch a lot of TV, so I wouldn't know. But are there still like mad cereal commercials? Like did the rabbit ever get the tricks? Are they still for kids? The little frog. I forgot the damn frog's name though. I think his name was Smack, wasn't it? Like is it the Honey Smacks? I don't like those. Anyway, and this commercial, Captain Crunch playing baseball, and he's like throwing 90-mile-an-hour fastballs at little kids, and he's like striking them out. But somehow, like the cereal, like he throws it into the glove and it turns into cereal. But they had like little baseball bats, like corn puff baseball bats, and like baseball themed marshmallows in the cereal. And it was only out for like less than a year. And I love this cereal, and I got rid of it. I bet the commercial is still on YouTube, because YouTube has all those little commercials. But commercials, when like again, I only have my childhood, and I'm like, you know, my childhood is in the 90s, to compare. But these commercials in the 90s were like the dopest. Like, when you watch cartoons as a kid, you didn't even like go anywhere because the commercials were dope. If you don't believe me, after you finish watching this video, don't leave yet. Hear me out. Type in YouTube in your search bar 90s, I guess it would be like 90s, like toy commercials or something. And see what comes up. They were like productions, bro. Like, all those little board games that, like, we don't even play board games anymore, but like, Guess Who, Hungry Hungry Hippos, Skip It, which wasn't a board game. But like, I know Bop It kind of had a comeback. Would you think Bop It's a new thing? Back commercials were all that stuff. And I specifically remember this one commercial. Well, I say like Eddie Murphy. I specifically, that's not Eddie Murphy anyway. It was for a game called Crossfire. And in this game, I'm gonna level with you. I never played the damn game, but I remember a commercial, which is more important. And commercials back then were specifically targeted on Nickelodeon for little kids to go scream for their parents because they wanted something. So, a lot of times my parents be like, this is actually something that really happened too. The game was called Crossfire, and like, the two kids were playing, but when they started playing, they warped to another dimension. I swear this is a commercial, but like a minute-long commercial. And they had to play against this, like, I don't know, witch or warlock or something like that. And it had like music in the background. And it always be like the two little corniest kids, but it don't matter. They're playing a game. And they win. And then it's so corny looking back. Like, but back then it was cool. And there's like some like 80s hair band metal song playing in the background, and it's like Crossfire. I swear I can't hit that note. But they win, and the guy they're playing against gets vanquished to another dimension, and the kids are like, yeah! And you're watching this as a kid, like you're like, you know, 5. And you're like, Mom! Like, immediately, you want it. And that's how everything went back then. There were stupid things like gack. You know what gack was? It was like a sludge. Like, legitimately a sludge. What did the sludge do? Nothing really. But they had a cool commercial, and you wanted it. I'm serious. Hungry Hungry Hippos, that commercial, like I said. And it was just, even food. You know, all the little McDonald's Happy Meals back then, like, they would have commercials where they were just like, hey, we got this toy. Come get this McDonald's, get this toy. And you would do it. Mom, I want the toy. And I remember that Crossfire commercial because I wanted to get the game. So, one day I taped it. Yes, taped it. I'm old. For all of you Gen Zers, taping something means recording it on VHS. Yes, VHS. When you had a TV show that you liked, you couldn't go on the internet and get it. No, they didn't have that stuff back then. There was no YouTube back then. So you know what you did? There wasn't no damn DVR. Couldn't DVR something. You had to wait until that show came on. You'd sit there until the show came on. So if the show came on at 4:30, you'd be in front of your TV at 4:29 with your tape ready, and the record button ready. Press the button. Record the show. If you really had it going, you paused it during the commercials, so you got no commercials on your record. Yeah. You guys don't know how easy you have it, that you have the world at your fingertips. I love technology. Like, I use all this stuff. I'm a YouTuber, right? But back then, there was no Spotify. There was no iTunes. There wasn't any of that. When you wanted to do something, you had to, like, go do it. I am not joking when I say that if you had, like, a favorite song and you couldn't afford to, like, go to Sam Goody, which was like the music store back then, so you could buy like tapes or CDs, you would have to stand by the radio or have a radio near you all day until they played your song, and then you recorded it on your tape recorder. Because DVDs and CDs, you could only buy CDs back then. You couldn't, like, there came a point where you could burn CDs. Which is like, that had to be the 2000s, right? I think it was in high school by the time you could burn CDs. Because, like, this is the real deal, too. Because by that time, how did we get music back then? I think you just downloaded MP3s. Oh, you know what you did? No. Yeah. You would download MP3s off the internet. Or you would go, can I say this on YouTube? You would get it off YouTube. I'll just leave it at that. To MP3. Or you would make a copy of a CD. This is before your time. Back then, you didn't have the auxiliary thing, which no one has anymore because everybody has Bluetooth in their car. All you had was CDs. So you wasn't cool unless right on your little visor, you know, thing you put down for the sun, that wasn't used for the sun back then. What that was used for was to hold your CDs. You wanted to listen to something, you put the CD out, boom, you put it in. And all your burnt CDs had names on them. Maybe like King's Spring Mix, King's Riding Mix. Or like I had like a, okay. Probably shouldn't, doesn't matter. That's just when I'm old. I have like a specific CD that I played. If I was like on like a, I guess it wasn't really a date, right? But it was like a date. You know what I'm saying? Like you're riding around. Like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up, and then we finna go somewhere. We wouldn't go nowhere. We'd just be driving around aimlessly. And you have all them little soft ass like songs. Not like super soft. Like I was more like the kind of like I would play like 21 Questions, like 50 Cent, like stuff like that, where it was like, I love you, but I'm a gangster grandpa. You know, like the like Fabulous and yeah. So that's like the 2000s. And on my CD, it didn't have Dave's anything mix on it. All it had was a winking emoji. I really thought I was smooth, bro. We were so corny back then. Y'all don't know nothing, bro. I'm telling you. Damn. I got mad more cereal in this one, bro. Hey, bug me on my pebbles. Whatever. We used to think we were smooth back then, but we were corny as hell. But y'all don't know, man. It was a whole different thing back then. See, y'all... Yeah. If you were born after 1997, at that point, you're a Gen Zer. You're not a millennial. You're not young enough to remember the early days of the internet and like chat rooms and having to call people on a house phone. You know, like if you're a Gen Zer, odds are you had a cell phone at a very young age. I didn't get a cell phone until I was like 15. And back then, when you was trying to get with a girl, you had it was like steps, bro. Like it was crazy compared to what it is now. Now, you see a girl you like in school. Hey, what's your Snap? Hey, what's your, Instagram? You just slide in her DMs. Wasn't none of that back then. I don't know. The equivalent of sliding in DMs was to get one of your friends to ask for you. That's all you could do if you were scared. So you get your boy, be like, hey, see what's good. That's all you had. Otherwise, you would communicate by having to directly talk to them. I don't even know what these people did when they had cell phones. Like, did you just text each other in school? Is that what the wave was? Because what we had to do, and it's the funny part, we all had cell phones in high school, right? Because by that point, cell phones were, like I said, I got a cell phone when I was like maybe a sophomore in high school. And everybody had a cell phone, but back then you didn't have unlimited texting. You had like 200 text messages a month. So you couldn't just, your text messages were for like someone to call you. Like, you also couldn't talk on the cell phone because you only get like free nights and weekends. It wasn't like it is now. Like now everybody has unlimited data. It's not even a big deal anymore. But back then, you gotta be balling to get unlimited data. Like balling. We went balling. So even in school when we had cell phones, most of us didn't even have our cell phones on us in school. We kept them in our lockers. Like, well, I'll tell you about falling over. We kept the phones in our lockers. And we would pass handwritten notes in school. That's how you communicate. If you had a girlfriend, or like somebody you was trying to talk to, like whatever, they would write you a note. And the notes were so corny. Every note I ever got, it didn't even say, like, I'm not trying, I can curse a little bit too. It didn't even say shit. The note said nothing. You would get a note, and it would be like, the girl would be like, hey, how you doing? I just wanted to say I hope you're having a good day. And they would write this. I'm dead serious. They would write like, hold on, the bell's ringing, ... And then they would come back and it would be like, okay, now I'm back in class again. My teacher's being stupid and I don't really feel like doing chemistry. Right back. That'd be the note. Like, I swear. That's the whole note. You know how you have aimless text messages? That was the equivalent of aimless text message in the early 2000s. That's what we did. And again, early 2000s, you want to talk to somebody, you know, I was like a little middle schooler, you know, like that was when because like 6th grade and up, I think 6th grade was the moment for me where I started to like care. When I say care, like before that, like I was a little snot-nosed kid, like I don't really care what I wore, you know, but 6th grade is when like I started getting attention from girls, so like I started worrying about what kind of clothes I had, and like, you know, that's what you did. So a girl will be like, oh, here's my phone number. Now the problem is, her phone number was her house phone number. You understand how nerve-wracking that is? That a girl you might want to talk to, you had to call her house. She'd be like, oh, I'll be home at like 9 o'clock. Call me like 9:30. And you'd be like, you're going to pick the phone up, right? Because you'd be nervous. And it'd be like 9:28. You'd be sitting there, and you'd be like, oh. Try to put a little bass in your voice. Try to sound cool. And you finally call, right? She never picked up. Ever. And you just pray to God that it's not a guy that answers the phone. Because that's her dad. It was always her dad. And you be stuttering. You gotta think, you're like 12, bro. Like, it's not the same. And he pick up the phone. Now, I'm from a very culturally diverse town, which means it depended on whose dad answered the phone, right? Call black girl, black dad answer the phone, like, bro. Bro. You call, like, you know, Latina girl, Latino dad answer the phone, like, bro. And it didn't help. Say you called a girl that was like Italian. Like, I'm black. Like, you'd be like, is you know, most of the Italian girls around have like the same like 4 names. You know, it'd be like Marie or something like that. Gianna. Yes, those are actual names of girls that I talk to. Anyway, so you pick up, Italians, I pick up the phone. Hello. How you doing? Is Gianna? Who's this? This is Dave. Who's Dave? From school. What do you want? You'd be like, oh god, we have a project due. Ain't no damn project. We have a project due. All right, hold on. Gianna. You hear in the background like, what? There's a boy on the phone over there. He wants the project or something. So then she pick up the phone. He's still on the phone. You can hear hello, and you're like, every girl, I'm on the phone, Dad. Hang up. I wish this is like a script, bro. This is how it went. So then, after all of that, now you gotta act cool again. Because you took the cool out of your voice to talk to the dad. Now you start talking again. You talk for a couple hours. About 10:48. Give or take. You call the 9:30, about 10:48. You get the first pickup from the dad. Yeah, no. Yeah. It's getting late. Wrap it up. She ignores him. I'm like, yo, you gonna get in trouble? No, it's fine. About 11:22. All right, that's it. Get off the phone. You got school tomorrow. You're talking tomorrow. Fucking project anyway. That's exactly what the conversation. You hear me start like muttering project anyway. So that's how you start talking to girls. Now the issue would come, because eventually you had to what? Go on an actual date. What are you gonna do? You gonna ring the doorbell? That same guy? I did. So now you ring the doorbell. And he picks. Of course, he opens the door. Who are you? I'm Dave. You want me to go on the phone all day? How's the project? Yeah, that's how it went. Stereotypically, like the scary ones, the black dads. Obviously, like, you know, I talked to a lot of black girls in my life. I don't discriminate. Like, I find everybody beautiful, but you know, when I was, it's what it is. They didn't want no part. They didn't want to hear shit. They didn't want to hear anything that came out of your mouth. It didn't matter. They would call you out on it, and I get it. Because if I had a daughter, and some dude like me calls, You just call, pick up the phone, hello. I'm not gonna say the name, but I'm like, hey, can I speak to? Because she might be watching anyway. But yeah, we're just trying to talk to her for. And I'm the chewing I'm doing is actually what was happening. For some reason, I happen to always call when Pops was eating cereal. Something crunchy. What you need? I used to always use the school project line. Oh, we got a school project. You got a project. What you really need? I'll never forget this dude said to me, he said, hey, listen, young man, I was your age once. I'm gonna tell you this one time. Don't disrespect my daughter. That's all he said. I was shook. I knew her dad. He kind of swole. I was a little chubby kid. And he was full. Like, her dad was probably built like I am now. Like, he's a bigger guy. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't like you gotta think, I'm probably at this point, like, I'm like 12 years old, so I'm like 5'7", like, you know, like 120, you know what I'm saying? So 6'1", 225-pound dude who looked a little scary too. Pick up the phone. Alright. So when I took her out, he said, "Where y'all going?" Sports World. Like I said before, Sports World is like an arcade big thing. A lot of people want on dates to places like that, you know, something just fun. Like think Dave and Buster's, but like for teenagers. So what time you have her home? Saw your lady said 10. I said, yeah, 10. He said, that's not 10:15. I said 10. And he just looked at me. She was home at 9:57. Yeah. Moms liked me. Dads couldn't stand me. It is what it is. But that was what dating was like before all this cell phone stuff. Y'all bypass all that stuff. Y'all just go right to the source. Y'all are lucky. It wasn't until like MSN started popping and everybody had the little messenger that you could like bypass the source and get the messenger stuff. But she had to be home for you to answer it because there was no phone messenger. It was like a desktop computer messenger, which was a whole nother ball of wax. I feel like there's still mad cereal in here. No matter. But yeah, that's what it used to be like. So count your blessings that you guys have iMessage, because we didn't. Or Snapchat, because we didn't. Or anything to get around scary dads, because we didn't. Ever. I can't even tell you some of the stuff on here because, you know, can't go into that. But that was the Cliff's Notes, the cleaned up versions. I can't tell you how dates transpired, or how I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Y'all can use your own imagination. Shut up. If you know, you know. I don't know what y'all do now. I don't want to know. Oh. I wish there were DMs back then. Honestly, I probably would have had a lot. I would have shot a lot more shots. You had to shoot, like, y'all talk about like shooters shoot. You had to really shoot though. Like, you couldn't slide in a DM. Like, it didn't work that way. You couldn't. I know the little stuff that y'all do these days. Like, girl, you like post a story and you post a little reply to the story with the hearts and stuff. Like, I know. I might have done that a couple times. I don't do that. You couldn't do that. Like I said, you had to directly ask her, write her a note, which at that point, like, you were like porny. You had to like really, you had to have like a mouthpiece, like an actual mouthpiece. I know people can text a good game, right? People talk all kinds of text and stuff, and then you get face to face and you get shook. Some of y'all. Back then, you couldn't get shook. You had to actually approach. If you really wanted a chance, you couldn't ask your friend to do it, because she won't look at you the same. You had to go up, look whoever you liked in the eye. You know, how you doing? Like, I'm just trying to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to. And no, I didn't say it like that. I'm just being stupid. You had to get her number on a piece of paper, bro. Imagine that. That's why millennials got game. You had to. You couldn't text stuff. That was a W meal though.
I really hit the spot. I really want a cereal. I said it yesterday. I said I was going to do this and I did it. Anyway, that was tomorrow, Friday. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. But try to have some content out. But thank y'all for listening to my weird 90s dating stories, as well as 90s commercials. Actually, that was 2000s dating. I was a kid in the 90s. Y'all get the point. Anyway, I love y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.